Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to learn how to take our Cricut Maker and take these little metal bracelets and turn them into amazing, cool bracelets with our Cricut Maker that we can engrave. So stick around. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Angela Flip and Flutter Creations, and today we are going to learn how to take these ImpressArts and use our Cricut Maker to engrave on them, and then use the little bending tool to make little cuff bracelets. So let's see what we are going to do. First things first, we are going to open up the package. I'm going to get everything opened up. I bought the package that has two skinnier versions of the bracelets. They are aluminum, so we're going to use our Cricut Maker engraving tool to make a design on them. So I have the 1/4 inch aluminum bracelet and the 3/8 inch. They do have thicker ones or wider ones that you can get as well, that you can try out. And but I wanted to start with the smaller ones for me personally. I just know that I use the smaller ones, and it was what came with the little tool, so I wanted to get it in one package, and then I might try the other sizes after I see how I like them and how well they engrave and things like that. So we're going to start out by going on the computer and getting our file ready, and we'll see what settings we need to use, and then we will go to our Cricut Maker and get started working on getting this engraved. So here we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by making a box that is the shape of our, well, the size of our bracelet. So the bracelet is 6 inches long and it is about 3/8 wide. So we just want to make a box as our background. We're going to unlock it, and then up here we're just going to make it 6. And then for 3/8, let's see what that is. I don't actually know what that is. 375. Okay, so we want 0.375. Why is this not working? 0.375. Okay, I'm just gonna hit enter. There we go. Now I'm gonna go ahead and lock this just so I don't accidentally mess with it. Okay, so this is the size of my bracelet. All right. And I'll leave that right there. And I'm just going to change it to like a light gray so I can see it. Okay, now I can choose whatever I want to put on this bracelet. And then I'm going to make sure I center it in the middle, because some of the cuff pieces will be on the edges. So you want to think about placement and how much text you want to have, if you want it going all the way around or just part way. I'm going to do, I love the saying, she believed she could, so she did. And then I'm going to pick my fonts. And when you're picking a font, you have to remember that once we change it to engraving, it's going to look different than what it looks on the screen. So if you pick something that's a really thick font, it's really not going to come out as well when it's switched to engraving. So for example, if I have that, and then I change this from basic cut to, oh, you know what? I need to switch my machine over here to Cricut Maker. And you would just switch it if you have the Maker, or if you have the Maker 3, make sure you choose which one you want. Now I can come over here and I can change to Engrave. So we're going to change. Now you can see that it has made my font more of like an outlined font. If we were to choose a thicker one, you would have more space in there. So for example, if I were to choose my Donut Derby instead, and then go back up and hit Engrave, you'll see kind of the difference. So it's a little more bubbly, whereas the one that I had before, which was, which one was it? It was right there, Desmond. I like Desmond. So Desmond, because of how thin it already is, it's going to be very small kind of bubbles. So it kind of gives you the chance to maybe not be as noticeable once it engraves it. It'll almost look like a solid line. Because then what we need to do is we need to make this actually fit. And you could actually, and I'm going to zoom my screen in because I can't see what I'm doing here. Okay, let's make it a little bigger. There we go. Okay. So you could unlock it and you could make the font like squattier if you wanted to. Like if I didn't want to keep making it too short, I could make it a little bit squattier and then even still make it wider. But you can see it does start to kind of distort it. So you have to think about that. I think I kind of like that. That's about 4 inches. So I might change that to 3.5 inches. It also makes it look a little bit nicer. I'm going to lock that in, and I think I'm going to leave that right there. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm also going to add a butterfly on each side. I think if I can find like just a simple one. No, I don't want to upload. I want to go to images. Okay. We're going to look for a butterfly. And just going to look for a pretty simple outlined one that we could use to engrave. Sorry if you can hear my daughter. She's having a ton of fun playing out there. Okay, we don't want any that we have to pay for, so I am going to go to ownership and change it to purchased or uploaded, and then also include free. Okay, and let's see what we have now. Okay, let's see. I think we might go with that one. Let's see. Oh, I love that blue one. Let's go with this one. I like this one. Okay, let's add that to the canvas. Oh, it's really large. Obviously, we don't want it that large. So let's see if we change it to 0.5. See, that might still be a little bit too large, though. I don't want to risk accidentally messing it up by going outside of it. So we're going to change that to 0.4. And then we are going to make that engrave, and it'll make it an outline. Okay. And then we're going to copy and paste it, move it to the other side, and we're going to flip it horizontally, just so it kind of has that, yeah. So then what we're going to do is we're going to take all of these. Actually, we're going to take this out, and we're going to take this out for a second. We're going to take these two. Oh, sorry, I'm on my laptop. Sometimes I click the wrong button. We're going to line these centered, and I should just done that. Center and center. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this up just a little bit off to the side, and I'm going to move this one up just a little bit off to the side. And then I'm going to select the butterfly, and the words and align them. Nope, wrong one. Not center horizontally. We want to align them center vertically. So align center vertically. Just make sure that they're lined up properly. Okay, so I like that. Now, some people remove the cut layer. So what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to make it an engraving layer. I'm going to leave it for now because I want to use it to help me place my mat. So I want to select my 3 layers, not the square, but the butterfly, and the letters, and I'm going to go ahead and attach those. That way they stay right where they're at when I click make it. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my bracelet starting at 2, 2. So that's exactly where I'm going to line up my bracelet when I actually put it on the mat. So now that I have that lined up, I'm going to take the butterflies and kind of help me figure out where to line up my design. think it's almost there. I think that's, I moved it. Okay, go back. So I've got it where it's like on the, and we're just gonna, I don't know if it'll let me use the arrows. No, it won't. I gotta go up. And laptops don't let you just slightly move them up. So we're gonna go up just a tad. Oh, too much. Back down. Oh, too much. I'm telling you, I hate using that. That's the only thing why I want a mouse on this laptop. So I'm gonna try to go up just a little bit. And we're too far over now. There we go. Okay, so okay, so now that I have the design where I want it, we're starting at 2-2. I'm gonna hide the box. And if you've seen some of my other videos, you've seen me do that when I was making designs to help me figure out where I was going to place my item. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and click continue. It is on Engrave. It's on a 12x12 mat. Oops, I don't have my Cricut connected, so I need to connect it. Okay, so it's plugged in now, so it should locate it. All right. And we are going to browse all materials, and we're going to be searching for metal. Okay, so most people I've seen actually use stainless steel as the option. And I think I'm just going to stick with that. Even though technically these are aluminum, I think we're going to stick with stainless steel. And we're going to go ahead and click done. Now, we are all ready to go. So we're going to go back over to the computer. And we are back over to the maker. And we are going to see how this works. So let's go. So we're back over on the maker. Now, make sure that you remove the blue film that is on your bracelets. Now, I only removed the top one. This one didn't have a back one because, and actually probably should have, it is kind of smoother on that one side, so this should probably be the back. Okay, we're going to start with the fresh one. Let's just start with the clean one. So the one that was in the package facing the exterior of the window, so you could see it, it didn't have the film on it. Okay, so here's one. So here's one. I am going to only take the film off one side. I'm going to leave the other side until we're all done so that I don't get anything on it. It doesn't get scratched or anything. So we're only going to take the top part off. Okay. Now, I put that I was going to put my bracelet on 2-2. So I'm just going to line that up the best I can along my purple mat, because your purple mat is your kind of your heavy duty. It's for any of your, basically anything I do on the maker. I almost always use this mat because I do not use my maker for vinyl or cardstock. I use my Explore Air. And I'll explain why in just a second. So I'm going to tape the ends. I know my design doesn't go all the way to the edge of that. So I'm going to tape my edges right there just to make sure it stays in place. Okay. And then we're going to load it up and see how this goes. So fingers crossed. We could use our brayer. Just to make sure we have the thing down on the mat really well. I try to remember to do that when I'm using my Cricut Maker, only because sometimes I might not push down level. So we're going to go ahead and put this in. Now, the reason why I don't use my maker for vinyl and all of that is because on the maker, I keep all of these star wheels kind of out of the way. Just have it enough to be able to get the mat. But normally on the Explore Air, my star wheels are like here and here and here. And I just find them to be a pain in the butt to move back and forth out of the way. So anything that I need the star wheels to move out of the way because they're thicker materials, I use my Cricut Maker for those items. And then I use the Explore Air for everything else. Now, let me just make sure I have the right tool in here. I don't usually Haven't really used this for anything else other than engraving as of right now. So I really like the engraving tip. So I'm just gonna, I just cleaned it out and going to put that right back in there. Did that pop into the, I think so. Okay, all right. And then I'm just going to hit my go button and let's see how this goes. Fingers crossed. And it may spin and go up and down a little bit. That's it sometimes cleaning off the debris on the machine. So don't worry about that. Don't freak out. It's okay. Looks like we got it on right. Could have gone a little higher, but as long as it's on the bracelet, I'm happy. Especially for the first one. I was worried we might go too low or not have it on there properly. So, butterfly looks so cute. Okay, so it's done. Okay, that didn't take very long. All right, that's exciting. I'm gonna pull that out. Oh, how cute. Hopefully you can see that pretty well. There we go, try to get in the light. Look how pretty. I think that came out great. We could have gone up just a tad, or I guess put the bracelet down just a tad, but hey, I'm happy it ended up on there. Now, I am going to just make sure we don't have any, I'm going to push this up out of the way so we can see what we're doing. I'm going to just make sure we don't have any debris. I don't know if it matters if it's like the way it is on acrylics where it has some of that debris on there. So we're just going to make sure there's none of that left. Okay, there was a little bit. So better safe than something accidentally making a mark you don't want. So take that off, and then I always like to peel my mat off of my item just so I don't break anything. I put my cover back on. I'm trying to be better about making sure I put my covers back on. I always just use that triangle as my guide on where it goes. Done. Okay, now let's get this thing curved like a bracelet. Let's see how it goes. Okay, so here we've got our tool. All right, now basically what we're going to do is we're going to put it in the little ledge and we're going to roll it around until we get to this corner, and then we're going to flip it and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to tuck it in the corner and we're going to go until we get to that edge, and then you just adjust as needed for your wrist or your client's wrist. Now the nice thing is these are malleable. I mean, they're nice and thick, but they are malleable enough. I think that somebody could adjust it if need be. So we're going to go ahead and bend this over. Wow. Okay, that wasn't too hard. All right. And then we're going to do this side. We're going to make sure it's on there straight and just bend down. And then you could always go a little bit more if you need it to on each side. Wow, look at that. All right. And then you can, we'll put it on this wrist. Awesome, look at that. Now let's see, because my wrist is small, I can kind of just close it up if I want it to be a little tighter. And there we go. That looks so cool. Love it. And then I'm just gonna slide my wrist back out. Ta-da! These make awesome little gifts for some of my friends or items that maybe I can add to my store. Like I like this one that I just created. I know that seems like a phrase that people use often, but for me, I had to believe in what I wanted to happen for my life. And in doing so, you know, I'm making it happen. So that's kind of, I've always really liked that saying. You know, I believed it could happen. So here I am making it happen. So I'm just peeling that blue off. You could peel it off a little earlier, but I just wanted to make sure I didn't mess anything up. And then there we go. How pretty that is. Love it. Okay, thank you so much. Hopefully that was really helpful for you guys. So now you will see, if you get in here close, you can see the outline. That's why if you use a thicker font, you're going to see a lot more of a bubble. Whereas mine from far away, it almost looks like it's just one layer, like written. But if you get up close, you can see that it's an outline of that font. But I think I like how that one looks, because from far away, again, it doesn't look like it's a bubble. But you could do a bubble if you wanted kind of that bubble font. And these would be neat. You can put anything on these. I could have put my daughter's name, or, you know, like mom. I like using things that say mom now that I'm a mama. So I could put mom or something like that. All different kinds of things. So, or maybe somebody who has a medical condition and they needed one that they could put on there. You could also engrave the other side. If I wanted a secret message, like maybe I wanted to put mama up here, but on the inside I want to put my kids' names, I could put that. Or like dog mom, and then maybe my dog's name on the inside. That's all different things that you could do, and they make it really, really cute. Hopefully this video was helpful for you. If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you can be notified when I post my next tutorial. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel and learning how to make some bracelets with me. I'll see you in the next tutorial. Bye!